Good morning. I hope that you're really enjoying the convention. I certainly am. It's a fantastic thing just to be able to come together and sit and practice with so many order members, to meet old friends in the order and to meet order members who I've never seen before and make new discoveries. So a convention like this is a real chance to rejoice in the company of other order members. It's also a very good opportunity to remember absent friends. There are a lot of people who would really love to be on an event like this, but who can't for various reasons. And in some cases it's time, distance, responsibilities, but for some people it's just money. They simply can't afford to come on a convention like this. In some cases, there are order members who can't afford really to keep in contact with the order. As the order's grown, in a way it's quite shocking. When I was ordained way back in 1874 or whenever it was, there were 40 of us, and so we all knew what was happening, with the order. Now that we're sort of heading towards 2000, there are lots of people who have given years of their lives to the order, who've given up careers and financial prospects and just helped to create what we have here today and around the world. But who, for one reason or another, they got old, they got sick, something happened, they sort of retired to the sidelines of things, and they sort of dropped out of our network of care and concern and Kalyana Mitrata. And so not only in some cases can't they afford to come on an order event, but in some cases they're really struggling. Somebody was telling me a day or so ago about an order member, somebody who I used to know quite well and just had lost track of, who made a major contribution in the earlier times of the development of Triratna, who was a chair of a centre, but who now is in the UK, wants to work, has applied for lots and lots of jobs, can't get jobs. Sometimes being a Buddhist doesn't always look great on your CV, depending on how you present yourself. And because of their particular circumstances, they're not eligible for benefits. And so by the time they've made sure they've still got a roof over their heads and so on, they were left with £6 a week for food. And I think, well, what can you eat, for £6 a week? Apparently, this person was living on one meal a day and eating a lot of lentils. So hearing that really hurt me. But that's the situation. And thankfully, my informant was Triratna, who's the secretary of the Abhayaratna Trust, who do their best to help order members financially. And they've been helping this person, I'm delighted to say. You may know at least something about the Abhayaratna Trust. Abhayaratna was an order member who really cared about the order. And when he died, he left a legacy for the benefit of order members. And from that initial catalyst, the Abhayaratna Trust was set up in 2008. And it exists to help order members financially, in two main ways. Firstly, to help those who really are in dire straits financially, like our lentil-eating friend. To make sure that these order members keep warm and well and have roofs over their heads. But secondly, to help order members to be order members, to really participate in the life of the order and to continue their Dharma practice. So quite a lot of what the grants that the Trust gives go to helping order members to go on retreat, to come on conventions. The 3 conventions this summer will have 9 order members who are able to be on them because of grants from Abhayaratna Trust. So I think this is really, really important and valuable. And the trust doesn't just help people who've given the best years of their lives to the order. It exists to help any order member in need in any country. And we're now going in India, so the first 20 Dhammacharis and Dhammacharinis have been helped to go on retreat recently, and that, I'm sure, will be the first of many more. So it's really great that this is happening. However, the Trust is receiving more requests for help each year, partly because the order is growing and growing older, partly because the financial situation around these days in most places is pretty difficult, which means there are cuts. There are cuts in welfare and care services, so times are hard out there. And often the order is very good, as we know, we're very good at looking after one another, when we're aware of a need. Via chapters, individually, speaking personally, I've been on the receiving end of a great deal of generosity in my order life. But still people fall through the net. So the Trust is a practical way to ensure that order members who are in some degree of poverty and difficulty aren't forgotten, that they are cared for, and that they can continue to participate in the life of the order. They can continue to come and meet friends, see people, practice together, continue their Dharma lives. So there are several ways in which we can help. The first way is we can help the Trust by asking it for money. So if you are an order member in need, well, please do ask. The Trust exists to help, is there to help, and will gladly, if it has the money, help you. But also, the Trust needs to get a sense of, well, what is the need amongst the order? And if people don't express those needs, then there's this kind of hidden pool of people who need help, who need assistance, and we just don't know. So you can help in that way if you need to. But if you have money, then also, of course, you can help. One way you can help is by leaving a legacy to Abhayaratna, which involves writing a will. We've been talking about approaches to insight on this convention. If you want a really good insight practice, write your will. It's fantastic. And if you leave some money to Abhayaratna, it will be also a practice of Dharma. It'd be great. You can also make one-off donations, but what any trust like this really needs is regular supporters. So that they just know each month there will be so much money coming in, and they can plan and do things in that way. So here we are with an aging order in challenging times, and the Trust obviously needs to become a central institution of Triratna. It's really going to have to build, and this is a challenge that we can really take on. And the Trust does have a vision of how it can expand and be of more and more help to the order. There are ideas of doing things like setting up right livelihood projects, so they provide right livelihood, but the right livelihood would be helping provide elderly housing, sheltered housing, care for order members who are ill or at home, or old order members, all those sorts of things. But that's going to need substantial amounts. So the Trust really needs a substantial, solid base of support, regular support. So how many regular supporters does the Trust currently have? 41. 41. Now, I'm really grateful to, and I'm sure the Trust and the recipients are extremely grateful to those 41 people, but that's not nearly enough. As an order, we really need to stand together on this. This is going to be something which I think if we possibly can, we all need to be participating in. So I'd really like us to make some kind of regular donation to Abhayaratna as a way of standing together with the order, as a way of acknowledging those order members, some of whom have given years of their lives and their best energy to the order and to Triratna, and who now are in need of help. And so you have one of these leaflets on your cushion. Don't just sit on it, either literally or metaphorically. Please use it. It contains a standing order form. What would be great would be if you weren't like me. Yeah? What I tend to do is I look at this and think, yes, I really want to help. Oh, I'm not sure how much I could afford. So I take it off with me, and I think, well, I'll fill it in later today, and I'll take it to the Abhayaratna Trust stall in the mall. But then I get talking to friends, then I don't quite do it, and then I go home, and there it is. And somehow, without any conscious volition of mine, it ends up at the bottom of a drawer, or right at the bottom of my in tray. And then somehow, even more magically by itself, it eventually ends up in the recycling, along with my good intentions. So please don't be like that. What we can do is there will be people from the Abhayaratna Trust at the end of this session, fittingly just the other side of the metal wall. Yeah? So please go round the metal wall and just give them your name or your email address, at least just that, just as a pledge that, yes, you are going to do something. I mean, Triratna has not authorised me to say this, but in a way, I don't care how much you give. You know, if it's the price of a packet of biscuits a week, you know, I don't care. Let's just, start by expressing support of the trust and getting involved with it, and then we can go from there. Yeah, just make that link. I think that would be great if we did that. So that would be a really wonderful way to express our support and gratitude for people who have and are giving their lives to the Dharma, giving their lives to the order. Yeah. So please, let's all stand together. Stand together with the order by making a standing order. And this afternoon we have order metta. Yeah? So you could use that as a little kind of reminder, to make your way to that table, to make your way to the mall, to just give your name, give your name to me, I don't mind. Let's just do this. It would be fantastic if by order metta this afternoon, the Abhayaratna Trust had double the number of regular supporters. I don't think that would be difficult. Let's all do it. Thank you very much.